So Peter, in the archive, we've got a great collection of fundraising tins and collection boxes. So I'd like to talk to you about the importance of fundraising.
Yes. Now, as I was coming into the NSPCC, before I started, I had a meeting with Dame Mary Marsh, who was my predecessor, but one. She was CEO number 10. And I was full of all these things which we could do to sharpen the strategy and make an impact for children. And she was great and she was very supportive, but she said, Peter, you will still wake up in the middle of the night worried that not enough people are on the London to Brighton cycle race for the NSPCC or throwing themselves out of aeroplanes, because in the end, if we don't raise the money, we can't do the work. And so certainly fundraising has felt a huge part of this job, including personally. So it was a slight surprise to me when I went to the launch meeting of our partnership with KPMG to be told that their lead of the partnership and I were going to be abseiling off the top of their building in Canary Wharf. So I sort of did that, and subsequently abseiled down Arundel Castle Tower with our Mid Sussex branch, which was a day to remember. Childline was the headline sponsor, a headline partner for the London Marathon the year after Cancer Research UK, and their chief executive had run the marathon for CR UK. So it was kind of assumed that I was going to do that, which horrified me because I'm better at gastronomic events than athletic events. So I went home to say to my wife that I was coming under some pressure to run a marathon, which I didn't believe for a minute I would be able to do. And she said, well, if you've got time to train for a marathon and run it, you've got time to do the house up. So at this point, we agreed between us that I wasn't going to do that. So instead, I took on 26 challenges instead of running 26 miles. I raised quite a lot of money, and each of them played to my strength. So, for example, I've got a wonderful collection of 26 selfies with celebrities of one sort or another, starting with a great one with Anton Deck, with his number one, because he knew this was the start of something important. I'm a big cricket fan. I faced 26 balls from the Somerset fast bowling attack in front of the Taunton branch and district committee, the first one of which hit my helmet right in the middle, at which point I think they realised he hasn't really got a lot of cricket ability. He may like the sport, but he's not much of a batter. So yeah, I think leading from the front has been important. The other personal thing about fundraising, of course, has been the shirts. So when we went into lockdown, lots of people were kind of miserable and needed a bit of cheering up, I thought. And so I had this really ridiculous shirt, and I thought at the time that LinkedIn, it was very worthy social media channel and a bit po-faced. So what the hell, I'm going to put a picture of myself wearing this crazy shirt and say, cheer up, at least when those of us who have to work from home do so, we can wear our best clothes. And it was one of these things which just completely took off, and came under some pressure and encouragement to wear a different shirt to cheer people up every day. So I said, well, if we can raise £1,000 for Childline, I'll keep wearing shirts day after day after day. And I think I did about 70 in the end. I was sourcing shirts from Hong Kong in the lockdown at about £7 a time, and subsequently have auctioned some of them off at events. In fact, next week there's one group of supporters who it's become a tradition that one of my shirts gets auctioned off, and we get hundreds of pounds for them. But now there are expectations. It's become a thing, and as we come back to the office, I've had to expand my wardrobe with slightly better quality shirts, because some of those ones that I was sourcing through the lockdown, you wouldn't want to walk anywhere near a naked flame wearing one of those. So, but I think this illustrates the, it is really hard work raising money, and it is relentless, and year after year after year, raising 120, 125, 130 million is no mean feat. And so there are incredible people in local communities who are raising funds which are vital to us. We have fundraising boards who do an incredible job in particular industries. They support iconic events which the NSPCC runs from time to time, and all this feels very hard work in the preparation and the delivery, but we have staff and we have volunteers who are incredibly good at it, and you know, the envy of lots of other charities. So keeping an eye on the money is vitally important to a charity like ours, but if we look like a money bag that's only interested in raising money for the sake of it, then we have got a problem. So the more we can think of ourselves as this kind of thing which looks at the children and young people we can best help and looks back at the actual and potential supporters who can enjoy making a difference. It's our privilege in the middle to make that as straightforward as it possibly can be. And if I reflect on the last 10 years or so, I think we have built significant numbers of increasingly loyal supporters who really know and appreciate us. Some of whom give us money, some of whom don't, but they admire us. And we need to be careful that we are sufficiently relevant and available and inspiring enough for people to want to associate with us, not only to take all sorts of simple steps to make children safer than would otherwise be the case, but ideally give us, you know, a regular gift to help us plan into the future the services and actions which we're going to need to take, at least, you know, for the next number of years.